Hey all, Bryan VantHof here with RE/MAX Advantage Plus and Ramsey Trusted, back for another week of information. As always, I'm here just to present information and present facts. These are just basic filters that I put together on a weekly basis from the MLS and from other sources as well, just to kind of provide information, be a resource of information, because I feel the more you know, the better off you're going to be. And as the old saying goes, knowledge is power. So having more information in your back pocket to help you make great decisions for yourself when it comes to real estate, when it comes to one of your most expensive things that you're ever going to buy in your life, certainly I think is very valuable. And then that's why I'm here every week providing these weekly stats, other market information, revisiting previous months, revisiting previous quarters, revisiting previous years. Just here to provide you with information to help, again, you make great decisions for yourself. And I would love to be the realtor who stands by you if you are looking to buy, sell, or both, just so you know you have somebody by your side who understands the market, but can also put together great marketing campaigns for you as a seller, and also negotiate for you as a buyer, knowing what's going on out there in the market. But anyway, let's talk about the previous week of previously owned homes within that 50-mile radius of downtown Minneapolis in Minnesota. What we saw 1,151 new listings over the past 7 days. That is up 117 from the prior week and 88 more than the same week last year. Of our new listings, 824 were single family. That's up 141. 204 were townhomes, down 13, and 123 were condos, down 11. So more single family, fewer townhouses, fewer condos. We're just kind of getting into that time of the year. We are starting to see more and more single family homes hit the market, just because that's where we're at. This is the time of year when you see more transition out of the single family home market than really at any other time of the year. Townhomes, condos might be a little bit more balanced from a month to month over 12 months. But when you're talking about single family homes, it does tend to be pretty, I would call it second quarter loaded every year when you're talking about what our new listings look like for single family townhomes and condos. Of our new listings, approximately 214 did sell in the first week. That's down 50 from the prior week, but very reflective because we had Easter last weekend. So not as much traffic, not as many sales. And so that's just part of the reason why there weren't as many new listing sales in the first week as what we saw in previous weeks. We have seen a large jump in coming soon listings. We are at 473 coming soon listings. That is up 165 from the prior week and 44 more than the same week last year. Total available inventory rose to 4,693. That's 227 more than the prior week. That's almost a 5% increase, and 952 more than the same time last year. So if we kind of look at that, we are almost 30% higher inventory this year than where we were the same time last year. Of our available homes, 2,695 are single family. That's up 188 from the prior week, at a median listing price of $490,000, that's unchanged, and days on the market of 34, which is down 1. Townhomes are 989 of our available homes, that's up 12, with a median listing price of $320,000, that's up $1,500 from the previous week, with days on the market of 35, that's unchanged. Condos are 1,007 of our available homes, that's up 27, with the median listing price at $200,000, that's up $1,000, and days on the market of 90, which is up 2. 883 homes went from active to pending, that's up 11. 664 homes went from pending to close, that's down 246. Don't see nearly as many closed sales the first full week of a month as you do the prior week, or the end of the month, I should say. There's 3,390 pending listings. That's up 201. So that's pretty significant, where we have 201 more pending listings than what we had the prior week. That's a pretty substantial jump. That's about 7.5% higher than the prior week. 1,311 homes are active but have an accepted offer, and there are 520 temporarily not available to show homes out there right now, which is down 1. Mortgage rates didn't do much in the past week. They're still up compared to where they have been. They're pretty much unchanged from the prior week, with a good mortgage broker being between 6 and 6.375% for a fixed 30-year conventional mortgage. That's up about an eighth from 1 and 3 months ago, up a quarter from 6 months ago, unchanged from 9 months ago, and down 1/8 from where we were at this time last year. Showing activity down Easter weekend again. Showing activity over the past week did shrink due to the Easter weekend to 13,875 realtor scheduled showings. That's still not a bad number, but that's 3,195 fewer than the prior week and 3,115 fewer than the same week last year. Showings per listing dropped to 3.52 from 4.08, so that's pretty significant just for the week. Again, with Easter being in the mix, that was just a slower weekend. And last year's showings per listing were actually higher at 4.55. So again, we had fewer listings on the market last year, similar number of buyers out there last year. Just that's why we did see a higher showings per listing last year compared to where we were this year. So now let's look at what we saw for the month of March. However, let's look at closed sales for the month of March 2026 versus March 2025 for those previously owned homes, again, within that 50-mile radius of downtown Minneapolis. Keeping in mind, closed sales in March are generally reflective of offers accepted in the month of February. So for March 2026, we had total closed sales of 2,833 single-family, townhome, and condos. That was 29 more closed sales than March 2025. Breaking it down further, March 2026 saw 2,040 single-family homes closed at a median price of $400,000 versus a listing price of $400,000. So sellers generally received about 100% of their current listing price. And they sold in a median of 19 days, so pretty quickly, at $205.98 per square foot. March of 2025 saw fewer closed sales of single-family homes at 1,995. Median sale price, however, was still $400,000 versus a listing price of $399,000. They sold quicker at 17 days on the market, but sold at a lower price per square foot at $200.38. Looking at townhomes for March 2026, townhome sales, we saw 604 closed sales at a median of $286,700 versus a listing price of $290,000. So sellers of townhouses did receive slightly under their current listing price, selling in 46 days at $183.18 per square foot. If we compare that against March 2025, there were fewer sales at 593. Median sale price last year was $287.5, so actually slightly higher than where we were this year, versus a listing price of $286. So last year, townhome sellers were actually receiving slightly over their listing price. Last year, they also sold quicker, 34 days compared to 46 this year, but the price per square foot was pretty close to the same at $182.79. Condo sales in March of 2026 shrunk compared to the previous March to 189 at a median price of $200,000 versus a current listing price of $200,000. There was very likely at least one or two, or if not three, price changes for those condos in that time. They sold in an average of 90 days at $187.50 per square foot. Last March saw 216 closed condo sales at a higher price, $211,000 versus a listing price at $212,500. Sold in 72 days compared to 90 this year, and sold for a higher price last year at $196.95. So condos are certainly taking a pretty significant hit. Townhomes are coming down a little bit, or did come down a little bit, not much, but pretty flat. And single family homes continue a pretty strong pace, considering the price per square foot was up over 2% compared to March of last year. Some other interesting facts when we compare this year to last year. This comes from the MLS. It's still on just the previously owned home side of things, but it's overall market data. There was 3,724 new listings of previously owned homes in February of 2026 compared to 3,469 in February 2025. So we saw 250-ish, 255-ish more listings this February than we saw in February of last year. And as I mentioned, closed sales in March are generally indicative of purchase agreements written in February. Closed sales in March of 2026 were 77% of the volume of listings in the month of February. So we sold 77% basically of all of the listings in February. We sold 77% of them roughly. That means we closed about 2,867 homes in March, again versus 3,724 listed homes in February. In 2025, over those same months, that percentage was actually higher, where 83% of new listings ended up closing in the month of March compared to the number of new listings in the month of February. Now, if you look at the property types, specifically single families, townhomes, and condos, previously owned single family home listings in February of 2026 were 2,601, and March closed sales were roughly 80% of that number. In 2025, the ratio was 87%. So 87% of single family listings in February closed in the month of March. Townhome listings in February 2026 were 713, and March closings were 81% of that number. In 2025, that ratio was 85%. Condos can continue to be the laggard again. In 2026, there were 372 new condo listings in February, and the number of closed sales in March was 51% of that number. In 2025, the ratio was 54%. So single family homes and townhomes can continue to sell at pretty brisk pace overall, even with our increasing number of listings hitting the market. Sales aren't quite keeping up with the pace versus the number of new listings that are hitting the market, but overall, we are still leaning more towards a slight seller's market on single family homes, balanced for townhomes, and a buyer's market for condos. So if you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell, if you're looking to do both, now is the time to strategize for what makes sense for you. For sellers, this is the prime time of the year to be a seller, but you are in crunch time. The reality is sellers are down to about a 3-month window here to mid-July, where it's the prime selling season before the market starts to kind of trend towards a buyer's market. So you got about 3 months here to prep, and sometimes you need 30 to 60 days to get your house prepared for the market properly to maximize your dollars in your pocket. So if you're looking to sell this spring, let's talk. Let's get together. Let's create a strategy that makes sense for you. So whether you're looking to buy, sell, or both, I'm here to be your local experienced agent by your side, looking out for you at all times to get you the best terms possible, whether you're selling or whether you're buying. So reach out anytime. I am here to help. I am here to be your resource, and I love helping across all types of properties, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.